My name is Steve Ugan. I'm a fire-based missionary, and I'm with my best friend, Russell Wood,
Hey,
who's also a fire-based missionary. I'm in Minneapolis. He's in Dallas. Many of you guys know that we just got back from Israel. Some of you might not know that. We were there with a large team moving through the land, preaching the gospel, building the altar of the Lord, activating the body of Messiah. Of course, another group just going for the first time to experience God's heart, which happened like in a crazy way. And then war broke out in Israel, and that caused some significant delays in many parts of our team getting back. Now I'm excited to share with all of you. All of our team is back from Israel, but just in time for another outreach, Love Kansas City. And as we kind of tried to pivot and head towards Kansas City, which we know the Lord is calling us to, we felt him hit the pause button and say, hey, you guys need to spend more time with your families before you launch out into Love Kansas City. So we are learning that this is part of operating in the last days, right? That there are going to be some changes in the middle of shakings and wars and rumors of wars and all the other signs and noise and heat and pressure that are coming in the last days, that we need to be flexible. We need to be fluid. We need to adapt and pivot when the Lord says pivot. And so we are going to Kansas City, but we are going to kick it out a couple more weeks. So the actual dates for Love Kansas City are going to be November 8th through the 12th. If you're coming from the Twin Cities area, because we need a day to travel down there and a day to travel back, or any other city for that matter. The
Amen.
actual dates in Kansas City will be November 9th through the 11th. There'll be a launch event on Thursday, November 9th, and then the final outreach will be on Saturday, November 11th at noon. So I'm going to let Russell share a little bit about what's been going on in the ground in Kansas City, and then I'll jump back on to kind of wrap things up. If you haven't signed up yet and you were working on those dates, hopefully you can sign up now that you've got a couple extra weeks to pivot with us. Russell, what's going on in Kansas City?
Well, actually, man, to be honest with you, a lot of the same stuff that's going on with the Firebase. Really, the context of family has taken a whole new level, even since the reset at IHOP KC that we know was back in 2019, 2020. And so when they found out that we were going to be coming to Kansas City, that the Lord had put a target, put a radar focusing in on Kansas City, they got very excited, especially when they found out it is our 10-year anniversary. 10 years we've
Wow.
been going after it. 10
Wow.
years ago, it started with a bunch of misfits, not knowing what they were doing, all coming down to Kansas City and saying, God, what do you want to do? So they are extremely excited. They've kind of rolled out the red carpet. They're basically at no charge giving us use of the facility. They're wanting their people to get involved. They're going to heighten up the prayer, heighten up the worship. And they just say, evangelists, come to the city, messengers of the gospel, come to the city, go door to door, go to the streets, go to the churches, wherever you need to go. Let's just make this Jesus, this gospel, an unavoidable issue in Kansas City. So they are extremely, extremely excited. But they also understand the context of family. And Steve, I love what you were just saying about family, about coming home, spending some time with our family. Because just to be flat honest with you, I know this can be kind of a confusing thing whenever somebody shifts some times or shifts some dates. But to be honest, if people go out and they haven't spent enough time in the family, it shows in the mission. You know what I mean?
That's
The
true.
core context and the core values of the Firebase movement is identity, intimacy, family, and mission. You got to know who you are before you could talk about who he is. The only way you get to know him is by spending time with him. The overflow of those first two should end up in the family context with your spouse, your kids, your church family, your community, the
Yeah.
people that you're running around with. And then, of course, the overflow of those three go into mission, preaching the gospel, making disciples, some amazing, amazing things. And I, for one, am excited that now what happens is it gives not only the people that weren't saying they couldn't make it, it gives them the opportunity to join up, to come to Kansas City. And
Yeah.
it also gives our people that are on the ground a little bit of time to refill the tank, if you will. You know what I mean? So I know it's going to be a fantastic time there. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody from different cities, from different
Fun.
walks of life, different generations
Yeah.
coming together
We should
for the
do
sake of the gospel.
we should do a shout out too, by the way, our people in LA,
Come
right?
on.
Cheryl Allen and all of our peeps out in LA. We really want you guys to come and be part of this. I know there's not
That's right.
a lot of time, but this actually gives you an opportunity to maybe pivot and send a team here. Teresa Ashkenazi in New York.
Yay.
Come on, love New York. Represent. We've got Daniel Jackson in Chicago, Aaron Jackson, and of course Daniel also in Detroit. Adam Hood in San Francisco. Robert Preston, I know he's kind of taking a break right now, but maybe we can kind of get him stirred up to show up at Love Kansas City.
Take a break in the prayer room.
Yeah, take a break in the prayer room, bro, and then go out of there and preach the gospel. So shout out to all those cities. We want to see you guys represent. We'd love to see all these fire-based cities at Love Kansas City. Again, those dates are November 8th to the 12th. If you want to be part of that, you can go to sign up at firebasemovement.com. Firebasemovement.com. There's going to be a banner to sign up for Love Kansas City. If you're getting this like within a day or two of us making this video, we're still updating the logo. We're still updating the website with the new dates and the sign up form. Don't worry about that. Just sign up and the dates will get corrected and we'll get you new information. But we're looking forward to seeing you, man. The marriage of day and night worship and prayer and day and night evangelism and discipleship. This is a God idea. And this is a 10-year anniversary of when this whole thing started. I know the Lord's going to show up in a massive way. I look forward to seeing you there, Russell Wood. Let's go preach the gospel together, bro.
Let's go.
Love you guys. Talk to you soon.